live on Instagram as well. Okay, we should be live. So those of you on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook as well. I'm doing something a little bit different today. I'm coming in through Facebook on Zoom so that you can all see my screen because I've got some slides that I want to show you. Today I'm going to be talking about you and a guest taking some all-inclusive holidays to Costa Rica. And I know that a lot of you right now, your mind is elsewhere, especially if you're in the US. You're probably watching the results of the election. So I'm watching too. It's going to be interesting to see who wins. But we're going to think beyond that. We're going to think about next year. And I'm sure that after this year, after being stuck at home and having all these restrictions, that 2021, the idea of being able to get on a plane, fly somewhere tropical and stay in a very nice resort while learning something that's going to help you in your life, that's very appealing. So let me just quickly check everything and then we'll get started. So YouTube, just checking you can see my screen. It looks like you can. And Instagram back there. And then we have Facebook as well. So this should be in our group. Okay, let's get started. So just make that full screen. All right, here we go. So I want to talk to you guys again about holidays are great. You know, holidays are great. And most people don't take enough holidays. And for close to a decade, I was one of those people who didn't really believe in holidays. I used to just be completely obsessed with my work. I still am, but I always devalued holidays and taking time off. I considered that, and this is going to sound ridiculous, but I considered that for the meek, you know, for the people who weren't 100% dedicated to what they were doing. I read a book called The Power of Full Engagement by a guy called Tony Schwartz many years ago. And in that book, which is a fascinating book, by the way, it's highly recommended, The Power of Full Engagement. Read that book. But he talks about how top performers in any industry, whether it's sports, whether it's in their career, whatever the industry is, they all understand the importance of rest. And they did studies on this. They looked at the very best tennis players in the world, right? People competing at Wimbledon and so on. And they wanted to find out what separates your average professional tennis player from someone like Roger Federer. You know, why is it that there's a few of them that are just so beyond everyone else? What separates them? And so they did this study on them. And they found that one of the biggest separators that made all the difference is the rest and renewal part of these top athletes. So, for example, between sets, if they made a mistake, let's say the player made a mistake, the average professional player, they would really let that upset themselves and they'd go back to serve and they would still, their mind would still be in that screw up that they just had and they'd still be frustrated at themselves. But the true greats, the ones who were beyond the average levels, they did something quite different. They were able to mentally reset, mentally recover, rest, put that behind them, and then go and do the next set. And they did many studies around this, not just with tennis players, but with top performers in many different industries. And they found that the very best ones, they really took seriously their rest and renewal. There's the, damn, I'm forgetting his name, but the fastest guy on the planet. What's his name? He does the 100-meter sprints, and he dominated in the Olympics. Forget his name. Someone type it in if you remember. But this guy, I was reading about his training routine, and one thing that really struck me was how much value was placed on the rest and recovery and how much sleep this guy was getting. I forget his name. He's the most famous sprinter in the world. Someone will know. But my point is rest, recovery, going on holidays, recharging your batteries. It's important. And especially after 2020, which for most of us has been a frustrating year in many regards, you need to go on more holidays. So in 2021, I'm going to be putting on live events here in Costa Rica. And they are a blend of holiday and live training event. And this hasn't really been done before. It really hasn't. I know a lot of people like to say things like that. They like to talk about their revolutionary business model and how innovative they are. But this in the online education space, I personally haven't seen it before. What I'm doing with Strive is I am blending the online course model, offering online courses, with the live event training. But it's not just you buy an online product and then you buy a live seminar. The two go hand in hand. The two come when you become a member of Strive, you can either be a monthly member or an annual member. You accumulate points. Now, these are called seminar vacation points. And with these points, which are kind of like vacation credits, you can exchange them for live events. When I say exchange them, I don't just mean, oh, you show up to some live event and you get to sit there in the seminar room and then you got to go pay for all your food, your drinks, your accommodation, and spend thousands of dollars on that. These points can be they can be exchanged, and you get an all-inclusive experience. That means you get to go to these seminars, which are held in Costa Rica next year, 2021, and your food, accommodation, drinks, everything is inclusive for you and a guest. So I'm combining this model, online courses with live training events in exotic destinations like Costa Rica. In 2022, we're going to be looking at different countries. I'll talk about that in a moment. And so the opportunity is that you and a guest, it could be your partner, it could be one of your kids, it could be anyone, you can come to Costa Rica and you can look forward to an all-inclusive holiday experience. Okay, so let's get into it. They're called seminar vacations. Seminar vacations, because that's really what they are. Let me just move this. So yeah. That's really what they are, seminar vacations. It is a blend of live training seminar and vacation, true vacation. And I'll talk about the activities in just a moment. They're going to take place next year in this very room that I'm standing in right now. I am in Costa Rica right now. I've been here for most of this year. I haven't really had much of a choice in that, but it's not a bad place to spend 2020. But in this room, which can accommodate about 50, 60 people comfortably, this is where we're going to be doing the training during these seminar vacations. Now, they all go for 7 days, 6 nights each. Okay, they're all on different topics. I'm going to talk about the topics in just a moment. But you and your guest, you'll be in the audience. There'll be another 50 or so people. Okay, maybe for the first few ones, a little less. We'll keep them more smaller and more intimate. And then the trainer is going to be up here on the room. And the trainers that I bring in, they're going to be the very best of the best in their field. So, for example, the very first one we have is January 19th, and that is the Video Creators Seminar Vacation. So I find the very best video people, production, editing, the very best I can find. And I bring them in and they teach you. But the reason why it's called a seminar vacation is half the time we do the training. Okay, the training is the work part. Okay, and we're going to go fairly intensely with it, about 4 or 5 hours every morning. But for the afternoon, that is the vacation part. So in the afternoons, you and your guest and everyone else staying here, we get in a van, a couple of nice vans, and we drive anywhere from 15 minutes away to half an hour away. And we're going to take you to go and do all the fun stuff in Costa Rica. So I'm going to get to that in a moment. But every single day is like that. You spend half the day in here doing the training, learning about your topic, and the other half of the day, we go and experience Costa Rica. Because I don't know about you guys, but I've been on plenty of holidays before where I go to these nice resorts, but I end up just staying in my room the whole time. I don't get to go and experience the country, the culture, the food, all the different activities. So I've designed these seminar vacations to be action-packed. From the moment you arrive, there's always something going on. Every single day there's going to be a different activity. I'll tell you exactly what they are in just a moment. So, seminar vacation points. Here's how that works. If you're a Strive member, as a monthly member, you're going to get 1 point per month. Okay, 1 point per month. Now, if you become an annual member, which is by far the better deal, you get 12 points up front. The way it works is one of these points roughly is equivalent to 1 night at the resort and 1 full day of training and activities. You need a minimum of 6 points to attend a seminar vacation. 6 points. You get 1 point per month as a monthly member. As an annual member, you get 12, meaning if you become an annual member, you get 2 holidays to Costa Rica, each one lasting for 7 days, 6 nights, all inclusive for you and a guest. And if you've got 2 of them, you can bring 1 guest to the first one, you can bring another guest to the next one. It's up to you. You get to pick which guest you bring. If you don't want to bring a guest, you don't have to. I travel alone a lot. I like it that way. So it's up to you. Usually about half the people bring a guest, half won't. But let's talk about the topic. So the topic, the very first topic, but let's talk about the topic. So the topic, the very first topic is the creative skills. Now, by the way, those of you back there on Instagram, I hope you can see this. It's probably a little bit bright. So, and those of you on YouTube, I think you can see this. But if you want to get a clearer definition, and they can see all of this crystal clear, that's an option. But anyway, the very first event that we have here, the very first seminar vacation, it's called the Video Creators Workshop. 7 days, 6 nights. And this is very much a practical event about video editing. Oh man, 6 months ago, I started doing this daily vlog. And I said 6 months ago, I would do a video every single day for 180 days. And if I missed a single day and you called me out, I would PayPal you $100. I didn't miss a single day. So I'm now up to day 190 or something like that. But when I started that off, I was doing all the editing myself. And I'm an okay video editor, but I'm certainly not a professional at it. These days, I have someone helping to do it who's much better than I am. But if you've seen my videos on my YouTube channel, I'm sure you will agree they're fairly decent. I mean, they're not incredible, but they're fairly decent. And each one of them represents about 2 to 3 hours of work editing. So some editor somewhere is sitting there editing them for about 2 to 3 hours, which I don't think is very long. In 2 to 3 hours, they're able to get this nice 5-minute edited video, music, color, B-roll, and make it look really good. Okay, so the kind of stuff that you're going to be learning at this event, January 19th of next year, is exactly that. Okay, we're going to have a trainer on stage right here. And if you look in the background behind me, you can see that big screen. That's going to come down. We have another one up here. So you're going to be able to see exactly what's on their screen. And then they're going to be teaching you how to use Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, if you've never used that before, don't worry. We're going to show you how to use it step by step, everything you need to know. But the outcome is, after you attend this seminar vacation, you will know how to edit videos and produce something that looks professional, something that's going to separate your work from the mostly amateur work out there that you see on YouTube. So again, this is 7 days, 6 nights, this particular training event. And it's going to be hands-on. Expect it to be hands-on. Bring your cameras. If you don't have a nice DSLR camera, no problem. Bring your smartphone. With your smartphone in the pandemic, they're still quite in demand. Okay. Now, the next one that we have is February. So in February, this one is particularly interesting. 2014, I moved from Perth, Australia to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I picked up my whole life and I got an apartment there, I got an office there. And so from 2014, I was living there. And over the years, I started to set up multiple bases around the world where I would spend a few months in Asia and then I might come over all the world. So for example, in Asia, prices in some cities are very cheap for a lot of things. So I was able to get that. In Costa Rica, they have incredible weather, at least for part of the year. So I was able to experience that. But that's what this is all about, internationalization. Now, if you have a family and your life can't be that mobile, that's okay. You'll still get a lot out of this. I've had some people reaching out to me recently and they've said, they're thinking about retiring in Costa Rica. They want to learn all about it. How do you set up personal bank accounts? How do you get residence? How do you buy property? How do you find a good attorney? They've got all of these questions, and that's exactly what this event is going to be about. But not just for Costa Rica, for other places around the world. Now, the main trainer that I have speaking of this one, he's the guy behind the website escapeartist.com. So he's been teaching this, he's been living this for over 10 years, extremely knowledgeable. I met a trainer, a brand new trainer who just arrived. He drove here from several hours away. And this guy is in incredible, the best shape of your life, using nothing but your own body weight. So all the lessons that he's teaching, your own body weight. So all the lessons that he's teaching, they're all body weight exercises. Okay, so yeah, anyway, we have one called Become Unstoppable. This one's going to be really good. I know I keep saying that about them all, but this one will be really good. This is 7 days, 6 nights, like all of them. What this is about is you overcoming extreme adversity. You having the tools, you having what you need to overcome any challenge that life throws at you. And this is something that I have a lot of experience in. These last few years, I've had some really difficult ups and downs, and mostly downs. And I think a lot of you watching this right now, you probably know something that none of us can escape. We're all going to have it at some point in our life. And you have your everyday challenges. You have those challenges that come along maybe once a month. And then you have those challenges which come along once a year. But if you're really unlucky, sometimes you can have challenges which come along maybe once a life. And they are challenges which are just completely extreme. Something that most people will never understand. You're going to learn exactly what they did to handle the worst of the worst, mentally, physically, how they were able to get through it, but then how they were able to go on and still do very well. Because let's say, here's an example of a challenge that some people might go through. Let's say that someone goes through a divorce. Okay, I've never been divorced, I've never been married, so I can't relate to anyone who's been through a divorce. It knocks down and they stay down. They stay down for years or even for the rest of their life. That happens, and it's sad, but it happens. But other people are able to pick themselves back up and start to rebuild and go on to achieve far greater things than they previously ever had. So at this particular seminar vacation, I'm going to be finding people who've been through really difficult challenges, the worst of the worst, and got through it and went on to do incredible things. They're going to be coming here to speak to you. This will be out of all the seminar vacations, this will be the one that's mostly personal development, but it's not going to be a motivational rah-rah kind of event that gets you pumped up and then you leave, you go back and it means nothing. This will be very practical, okay? And I'll be speaking at this one for at least a full day of the 7 days, 6 nights that you spend here. And I'm going to tell you things about going through challenges that I've never told anyone in a very transparent way. And I'm going to tell you how I got through some of my worst challenges in the last few years. So that's going to be a good one. Now, we also have a meditation retreat. So this one is for those of you who you've always wanted to learn about meditation. You've wanted to learn how to do it, how you can incorporate it into your lifestyle, and how it can help you. So many of these I'm not an expert in, by the way. I'm not an expert in most of these things. My job, building Strive, is to go and find the very best of the best in these different fields that I can. I screen them all, I talk to them all, and I pick the very best ones. And then I bring them here and they transfer their knowledge to you. So we've already started looking for the trainers for this one. I've got a guy in mind. He actually filmed a meditational online course for Strive, which we're now editing. That's soon going to be available. But that's going to be a very good event. We have one on speed reading, memory improvement, and optimal brain performance. I told you that there's a wide variety of different interests, different topics, and I wasn't lying. As you can see, there's something for everyone here. But this one's all going to be about learning faster, because if you can learn faster, if you can read faster, process information faster, remember better, it helps you in just about every area of your life. There's a guy out there called Devent. Now, I haven't confirmed Jim Quick yet, but just to give you an idea of the content, that's what this one's going to be all about. Learn Spanish. Okay, so if you've ever wanted to learn Spanish, we're going to have a seminar vacation where you can come here, be fully immersed into a Spanish-speaking culture and learn Spanish on your holiday. So some of you might be interested in that. And we're going to keep on adding more topics as we go, but these are just some of the topics that we have for 2021. Now, I realize, guys, you probably can't see this, so I'm just going to walk you through. This is the dates. Now, by the way, if you want to go and see this online, just write this down or just type this into your browser. Go to strivecourses.com/schedule. Okay, strivecourses.com/schedule. SCHEDULE. And this is what you're going to see. But this is the year for 2021 for what we have planned. So January 19th to the 25th, Sunday to Monday. In fact, they're all Sunday to Monday. So that means that you fly in on a Sunday. You might leave Sunday morning, depending on what country you're flying in from. You're flying to San Jose International Airport. The good thing is that flights right now are incredibly cheap because airlines are desperate for new business. So you can get some really low airfares right now. But you fly in on a Sunday. We pick you up from the airport in San Jose, the International Airport, San Jose. SJO is the airport code. SJO. So you fly into that airport, pick you up, we bring you here to this resort. It's about a 1 hour drive, 90 minutes. And the very next day, we get straight into it. So the very first one we have is the Creator Skills Seminar Vacation. That's the video editing one. And you can see we have one every single month. Now, the good thing is, as a Strive member, let's say you become a member during this presentation. You say, yes, this is for me. I want to take myself and a guest on an all-inclusive holiday in 2021. Again, in fact, I want to do two of them. Let's say you decide to do that. The good thing is, when you become a Strive member, you don't have to know exactly which one of these you want to go to and the dates right away. You can take your time. You can read about each one. You can think about it. You can decide which is for me, which is for my guest. And when you're ready, then all you have to do is contact Strive support and register at least 60 days prior, okay, at least 2 months prior. And then once you register, we book your room. We're going to ask you for your flight details as soon as you know, so we know when to pick you up from the airport. And then that's it. You show up. Now, when you show up to the airport, they bring you to the resort and then put your wallet away. You won't need it because everything is all inclusive from that point on. Okay. Now let's talk about exactly what is a seminar vacation. I mean, when you show up, what do they look like? What are the activities? What kind of things do you have to look forward to? Let's go through it. So I'm going to recommend you arrive in the afternoon. So Sunday afternoon, or whichever one you to attend. You and your guests, you land at something like that. So you'll meet a lot of these people in the Facebook group that we have for Strive. So you'll know their names. You would have seen them in the group. You'll be meeting them for the first time in person that night. Okay. Now we're going to have a welcome dinner. We're going to have a little show that we put on, a little performance. So there's some entertainment, and that will go to about 10 p.m. If you're tired after your long journey, free to go to bed earlier. And by the way, speaking of the beds here at this particular resort, out of everything that people love about this resort, they say that the mattresses are the best mattress they've ever slept in their entire life. Now, you'll see when you get here. The rooms are really something special. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. Now, guys, the very next day, we're straight into it. Okay, so we don't have a lot of time, so we need to really pack in as much training as possible, because my goal is by the time you get done with this, you get back on that plane to go home, you have the knowledge and you've applied it while you were here. Okay, so you've got practical knowledge. You know exactly what you need to do to go and get results. So breakfast is at 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. From 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., we're going to be here in this training room. So that's 5 hours of training. Of course, we're going to have breaks. We're going to have coffee breaks, tea breaks, snacks, and so on. But we're going to be working pretty hard. And it's not just going to be theory. Okay, that's the part that I really want to emphasize. There's going to be a speaker up on stage. Yes, they'll teach some theory, but mostly it's going to be practical application. So, for example, when we're talking about how to handle your camera at this particular event, video creators event, we're going to be doing demos, but then you're going to be expected be out there in the gardens and down on the beach, practicing with your own camera. Okay, and again, if you only have your phone, that's fine. Your phone is more than capable. But then we're going to come back into this training room. We're going to import those files into Adobe Premiere Pro, which again, we'll show you how to do all of that. And we're going to be editing those shots. So there's going to be myself, there's going to be a trainer, and there's going to be numerous other trainers walking around, looking over your shoulder, helping you one-on-one with learning how to do this. So it's not like someone's up on stage, they go through it so fast that you don't think, I didn't learn anything, I just got a bunch of theory. It's not like that. It's going to be a lot of practical application as we go. Now, 1:30 to 2:30 p.m., we're going to have a quick lunch. All meals will be buffet, but they'll be nice buffet. There have been resorts in the past where the buffet was horrendous. We bring in some really nice international chefs, very skilled chefs, so the food will be incredible. Because when you go to these kind of events, here in Costa Rica, because of all the mountains and the rainfall they get up in the mountains, they have some of the most spectacular waterfalls that you could see. And if you check my YouTube channel, some of my earlier videos, I took you to different waterfalls, okay, in those episodes. And that was me going and looking at all the different nearby waterfalls to pick the very best ones to take you guys to. So this afternoon, we're going to take you to see some really nice waterfalls, and then we get on the zip lines. Now, if you haven't done zip lines before, that's where you go up high into the treetops in the jungles. You get on this zip line where you're holding it, and then you're flying from treetop to treetop through the air. And it's fun. It's not dangerous as long as you follow the training. But there's no better way to see the jungles of Costa Rica. So we're going to take you and your guest that afternoon and go zip line. So that's always a lot of fun. Dinner that night, cocktails served by the pool. We have a late night movie with popcorn, also a case study, because the next day we're going to be discussing. Day 3, early start, 6 a.m. wake up. Okay, it's optional, but I recommend it. 6 a.m. on the beach, you're going to be learning how to surf. Now, if you've never surfed before, great. You're the ideal candidate for this. So the goal is to get you and your guest standing up on a surfboard in 90 minutes, right here on the beach in front of the resort. So we have a really good trainer. He teaches people how to surf for many years now. And so he's going to be teaching you how to surf on big boards, big foam boards where it's easier than the small ones. That's what we're going to do that morning. Breakfast at 7:30 to 8:30, and then 8:30 to 1:30, 5 hours back in the training room. We're going to focus on transitions in your videos. After lunch, we get on the ATVs. Okay, now the ATVs, I don't know if you can see this, but they're these four-wheeler motorbikes. Where you're riding on these motorbikes, they go fairly quickly, and they've got some trails up in the jungle nearby, so it's a lot of fun. You get to go and see all the jungles, you see the animals, you see some more waterfalls. So that's what we have that afternoon. That night we have Mexican-style dinner. So every night is going to be a different theme. This should still be live, by the way, guys. I'll check this is live on my Facebook. Yeah, I think it is. Okay. All right. And then that night we have an optional karaoke. Okay, if you want to sing, you can do the karaoke. I'm going to sit that one out. I'll be watching, but I won't be participating. But if you want to, you can. And by the way, you can participate in this as much as you would like, or as little as you would like. Of course, I want you to participate, but if you're coming with your and you want to have more time to yourself, and you want to go watch a movie in the room, no problem. It's your holiday. It's your experience. So I expect there's going to be people who show up to every optional activity we have, and then some people just want to relax more, enjoy the pool, enjoy the ocean, and just recharge. Okay, day 4 is yoga on the beach. So if you've ever wanted to learn color grading, so color trainers that we have coming to teach you, they are very good at it. And so they're going to show you. Now, that afternoon, my favorite thing in the world, coffee. Okay, we're going to take you to some coffee farms for some coffee tasting. They grew up at the start of this year, and I was this really nice cafe, and they were selling the Costa Rican coffee at really expensive prices, and they said, it's one of the best. My favorite thing, chocolate. So coffee, chocolate that afternoon, horseback riding on the beach, the restaurants, the nightlife, and then you guessed, I don't really know where to start, like which tour to do, which are the best places to go. The good thing about this is I've organized it all for you. And I've gone and tried out all these different activities to find the very best ones. And then we have the training that we're going to do after. You can just crank out a lot more content for you or for your job or whatever purpose it is. Now that afternoon, Antonio National Park, Manuel Antonio National Park. There are more species of national. When we take you to this national park, sorry, someone's at my door. You're going to see a lot of different animals that you haven't seen before. So that's a lot of things. Okay. Now, for the location you're going to be staying at, obviously I'm a little bit biased here with this place, but I've been involved with this place now for a number of years. And I was here when they did the renovation. And before the renovation, it was nothing special. But after the renovation, it was converted into a resort that is perfect for this style of event. It's got 23 rooms, so it's not too big, it's not too small. That means that when there are training events here, you'll get to know everyone. By the end of it, you'll know everyone here. They'll know you. You'll make new friends. Previous events that I've done, I've had people make lifelong friends. I've had people meet their future husband or their future wife. I've had some incredible things happen at previous events I've done. So this is the perfect place for these kind of events. Okay, the food's going to be incredible. Again, I want to stress to you, food, to me, if you go to a resort or you go on a holiday, food makes all the difference in the world. You want to taste the best food. So I make sure we get some really nice chefs who know what they're doing and they can cook international food. The rooms are really incredible. I'll show you the rooms in just a moment. There's a nice pool, so you can spend as much time as you like relaxing by the pool. If you want to sit one of the activities out, you're welcome to do that. Or if your guest doesn't want to attend every single training, or perhaps none of them, they can lounge by the pool, listen to music, read a book, just relax, take it easy. That's an option. Of course, we have a gym overlooking the Pacific Ocean, so you get some nice views to work out to. The rooms, let me tell you about the rooms. So what you see here on the screen, this is the Oceanfront Deluxe King Suite. And this is the biggest room. It's got a nice big king bed, epic views. You're going to walk out onto the veranda, and about 30 meters away is the beach. So you're right on the beach. Now this room in peak season, especially around Christmas, New Year's, it's over $500 per night. I'm going to tell you in just a moment how you and your guest can make sure you get this room when you come here. There's only 3 of these rooms out of the 23 rooms. There's a couple of things you got to do to make sure you get this room. I'll tell you in just a moment. Every single room's got an espresso machine. We have room service to every room. By the way, if you have a special diet or your guest does, or maybe one of your children do, if you're bringing your children, which that's an option as well if you want, we can cater for you. Okay, so if you have a special diet, let's say you're vegetarian or something like that, because of the size of this place, we can really cater things to what you need and what's good for you. So just tell us and we'll work with you on that. Let's talk about rooms. So one of the room categories we have are private villas. These are smaller, more intimate, perfect for couples. If you're coming here looking for an intimate getaway with your partner, this is probably the room you want. Some of them are garden, very nice rooms. All of them have a nice big. Okay. One moment and we'll keep on going. So this is the villa. The other room category that we have, there we go. The other room category that we have is now in the luxury, some of them are king size beds and others are double queen. So you got family, you want to bring your kids, then you would want your ticket is all family, you want to bring your kids, to bring children, or actually bring up to three, sometimes we can make exceptions on that, there's a small cost extra to cover costs for food and activities and so on for each additional person beyond the first guest. But it's not much, it's really just to cover cost. So if you want to bring your kids and make it a whole family holiday that you can look forward to in 2021, we can definitely do that, no problem. Here's why you need to take action right now on this, guys. Right now, not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, but right now. When you take action right now, you're going to get an enormous discount. And when I show you the price in just a moment, I think a lot of you are going to be shocked. You're going to think, wow, that is very, very cheap. It is cheap. And I made it cheap for founding members because, just plug this in. I made it cheap because that's what I do. When I launch something for the very first time, I want to offer every extra little incentive that I possibly can. So I like to reward people who take action. I like people who take action. I'm an action taker. If I see something I want, or if I have a goal and I want to make it happen, I believe in just going for it, starting right now with what you have, right now with what you have, the resources you have available, just getting started. I think people who put things off until next week, or when the time's right, or when the pandemic's over, or when when we know whether it's Trump or Biden or whatever the reason is, people who put things off usually they don't get what they want in life. So I like to reward people who they see something, they like it, they take action. So I'm going to give you an enormous discount if you become a founding member tonight. The other reason why you need to take action right now is because we have limited rooms. We really do. We have 23 rooms here available for each seminar vacation. And the very best rooms that we have, the King Suite Deluxe Ocean View rooms, there's only 3 of them. So they are first come, first serve. Most of them have already gone for the early events in 2021. But if you want to get one of the nicer rooms, take action now and you will get preference. So when we are deciding who gets what room in the resort for each event, that's what we look at. Number 1, are you an annual member? And number 2, what dates did you become a member? Remember, when you become a member, you don't have to know the exact dates or which seminar vacation you want to go to. You don't have to decide that part right now. All you have to do is take action now and get the points. Now with the points, you've got time, you've got flexibility to pick and choose which seminar vacation is best for you and your guest. Okay, let's talk about price, because a lot of you are probably wondering about price. I want to put this in perspective. I want to show you the value of what you're getting, and then I'm going to show you what it actually is, and you're going to see how insanely cheap this is right now. It's too cheap. It's too cheap, but you'll see in just a moment. So let's say you wanted to stay in the very best room, you and your guest, because you want to stay in luxury. You want the best of the best. You want that ocean view. You want that king-size bed. If you're staying in this room in peak season, it's over $500 per night. Okay, $500 per night. How many nights are you here for? You're here for 6 nights. Remember, 7 days, 6 nights every seminar vacation. So you go 6 nights, multiply by over $500. Add in $200 for the airport transfers. Remember, we pick you up from the airport as well. But for the room alone, you're looking at over $3,000 just in accommodation for the week. Now, if you've stayed at luxury resorts before, you'll know that's very reasonable. But over $3,000 for one seminar vacation just for the room. We haven't even got to food yet. Let's talk about food. The last time you took your special guest, your partner, whoever you want to bring here, last time you took them out to a nice meal. You had a few glasses of wine. You had a cocktail or two. You had your main course. They had their main course. You had some desserts. When they bring you the bill, I mean, what's the bill usually in a nice restaurant? It could be close to $100, right? Okay, close to $100. But let's be more conservative. Let's say it's only $50, which would be cheap when we're talking about drinks and everything. But let's say it's $50. Now, let's say you're having 3 of those per day, breakfast, lunch, dinner. That's $150 a day. Multiply it by 7 days. How much is that? It's close to $1,000. So you got $1,000 of food, and then add in all the activities, the zip lining, the waterfall tours, the ATVs, the horseback riding on the beach, seeing Manuel Antonio National Park, the bar hopping tour, the whitewater rafting, the coffee tasting, the chocolate tasting. You add all of that up for you and a guest, you're spending thousands, okay, thousands of that. Let's just call it $1,000. Now, while you are here, you and your guests, we're going to have a professional video team here taking photos, videos, and at the end of it, you're going to get all of that. So you're going to get some nice videos of your experience with your guest just for you. You can share it on social media or you can just keep it personal if you want. And you're going to get all the photos. So you also get that included so that when you're doing the activities, when you're trying to zip line from treetop to treetop, you're not having to pull out your phone and try and get selfies. You can just enjoy the experience and be in the moment. My team will be recording the whole thing for you. Okay, you add all of that up, guys. What do you get? You get over $6,000 for one seminar vacation. Over $6,000 for one epic holiday for you and a guest. Now, that sounds fairly reasonable. If we are talking about a really nice vacation experience, great. That sounds reasonable. But then add in the training, okay, the training, learning from the very best trainers for 7 days, getting that one-on-one help while you were here. What worth? I know some events where they're charging thousands of dollars just for the training. So you add all of that up, and each seminar vacation, well, you can see what it is, okay? You can see it's worth quite a bit. The price that I'm going to give you for not just one of these, but for two of these is very cheap. Let me just get right to the point. Okay. So you got two options. You can become a monthly member, which I don't recommend because then you got to wait for 6 months before you have enough points. Or you can become an annual member. As an annual member, you've got 18 months, a year and a half to go to your seminar vacations, 2 of them. So you got time, you got flexibility. Okay, this is what the prices are going to be. This is not what they are now, but this is what they're going to be. A monthly member is close to $800 a month. You get access to all the online courses. You get the points. After 6 months, you would have the 6 points and you could come to one of those all-inclusive seminar vacation experiences. As an annual member, it would be $10,000. $10,000 would get you 2 epic holidays for you and a guest per year. That's what the prices eventually will get to. I don't know when exactly, but that's what they need to be at in order to cover costs and make this viable in the long run. For founding members, it's much, much cheaper. Here's what it is. Okay, crossing all of this out, this is what it is. $2,970 to become an annual founding member of Strive. Less than $3,000. Think about that for a moment. When was the last time you went on a whole week to some foreign country, staying in a luxury resort on the beach, where your food, activities, airport transfers, everything for you and a guest, and you spent less than $3,000? You're getting 2 of them. You're getting 2 of them that you can use in the next 18 months. In addition to that, you're getting an entire year's worth of access to Strive, which means all these online courses, which we are filming, we're creating, we're putting in the back office. You get unlimited access to all of them. So far, we have filmed 12. I'm filming a new one every single week. They're getting better and better. The topics are incredible. You're going to get a lot out of it. And so is your family if you want to share logins with them. But you get all of that. Okay, you get all of that. Now, for the first 10 who take action on this live stream, I'm going to get on the phone with you for 1 hour of my time, and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I can help you with your goals. I can help you with your discipline, with your focus, mindset. There are many things we can talk about, but we can talk on that call. That's between you and I. That's a 1 hour consult. So that's for the first 10. Okay, if you want to take action, you will get that if you're in the first 10. You're also going to get the better room. Remember, first in, first served with the room, so you're going to get a nicer room. Now, I want you to go to your browser right now and just type in this, okay? I want you to bring up this page so you can see. This is what it should look like. I want you to go to striveseminars.com, okay? Strive Seminars, not courses. striveseminars.com/apply. striveseminars.com/apply. Okay, apply is spelled apply /apply. When you go to stripeseminars.com/apply, you're going to see a form like this. Here's what I want you to do. As I'm talking to you right now on this live stream, start typing in your name, type in your email address, type in where you're from, and I want you to put your phone number. Here's why I want you to put your phone number. When you give me your phone number, I'm going to be calling you in a few minutes from right now as I finish this up. I'm going to give you a call, and when you hear your phone ring, it's going to be me, and I'm going to ask you a few questions. I want to know what's got you interested in this, and then I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask me anything you want. If you have questions about this, if you need me to clarify something, or you want to know more about future plans with Strive, whatever it is, we can have a conversation about it. It'll be a relaxed conversation. I'm not really a high pressure sales guy, so don't worry. I'm not going to be ramming this down your throat and trying to get you to buy. This is a relaxed conversation between you and I. If you like what you see and you want to move forward, you can. If you decide you want to take some time to consider it, whatever it is, no problem. We'll have a relaxed conversation about it. So again, stripeseminars.com/apply. Take you about 30 seconds right now. Just do it right now. stripeseminars.com/apply. Fill that out, and I'll give you a call in about 90 seconds from right now. But I'm excited about this. I think that these events are going to be incredible. I think you're going to get a nice mixture of rest, recovery, renewal, and you're going to learn something that's really useful to you. We're going to be adding more topics as we go as well. Okay, the topics I showed you, that's just what we have to start. But we will add more as we go, and we'll also have different countries coming in 2022 as well. But if you want to talk about it some more, and if you want to take action on this, the prices really are very cheap right now, less than $3,000 to get 2 of these. I mean, each one should be double that. Each one should be more than double. But you're getting 2 for under $3,000. So again, stripeseminars.com/apply. Fill that out, and I'm going to start calling people in about 30 seconds from right now. But guys, I appreciate you being on the live stream. I'm just going to exit out of these, and I'm going to start making some calls. But thanks, and I'll talk to you in just a minute. That's it for today.